Hey guys, I'm Nathan from Arms and Armor. Today I want to show you some details on our Claymore two-handed sword and how we do it. Stay tuned. So, before you say anything, I know there are different definitions of what a Claymore is. It is probably not a terminology that was used in the 16th century for this sword, but we use it because it is the name that these commonly are known by. Claymore is a word in Scottish for a sword, and this is a Scottish two-handed sword guard. The blade is about 42 inches long, right? Big sword, big. We call this one our Claymore so people can find it and search for it. So, this guard is a finished guard for this sword, and this one is what we start out with, right? This is the cast piece that we begin with. And to get to this point, right, we, first of all, do a huge amount of fitting to fit this to the blade. And then these quatrefoils are where a lot of work goes into this sword. And it's all handwork on there and the tines. So I'm gonna put this down and show you what we do. So we drill these 4 holes, and then we hand shape the outside of these. Now they're not flat. Every one of these surfaces is curved, right? So that they taper from the center where it's thickest out to the edges consistently. The only way to do this is with a file, right? So there's many hours of work getting a consistent line thickness in these decorative details. And you'll notice that the thickness, the diameter of the walls of these quatrefoils is very similar to this facet and this facet and this diameter here. And we do that on purpose so that there is cohesion of motif on these pieces. The reflection here makes it a little bit hard there, you can see. So this facet, where my fingernail is about the same diameter as the quatrefoil wall. This is part of the art of making these things, is all of this hand shaping. Now these tines on here, right, are welded and integrated into the whole piece so that we have smooth facets and transitions that move organically from the quillen block down the blade on these pieces. Right? This detail is all hand filed, and essentially we're hand carving this guard out of this piece. Right? This chunk. And one of these guards, right, takes about 15 hours of skilled work to produce. If you ever go too far, it's totally ruined, right? So it's kind of a contemplative production while you're doing all of this filing and shaping, right? So this is another example of, we do a casting, right? This is where the gate, the casting gate was attached on here. And we do a bunch of filing to get it to fit on the tang. But it's an example of the kind of handwork that we do all the time. And this isn't just assembly, right? We cast this, instead of forging this part out to make the piece more affordable, and then do all the handwork to turn this into this, which is only part of the Claymore sword. The pommel on the Claymore, right, consists of 3 parts, a round pommel, a shaped shield above the pommel, and a peening block above that. Of course, they're completely through tang, right? Like everything we make. They're perfectly functional, and we think it's the most beautiful Claymore sword that you can get. I'm working on a batch of them right now. A batch, it's like 3, because it's gonna take me all week to make 3 of these guards. If I'm lucky, then we'll finish the blade, make the grip, and put the whole thing together, right? There you go. I always think they're a little spaceship. That's how you go crazy in the back, making sword parts, playing with them like airplanes. Anyhow, I just wanted to show you the transformation of these things and how we end up with a really beautiful sword. We'll probably do another video about our Claymore next week when a couple of these are done. Thanks very much.